Right, hi everyone, I'm Councillor James Baker. I am one of the Liberal Democrat councillors for this area. It's just called Wally Ward in Halifax. I want to make this video today really just to highlight some of kind of grime and fly tipping issues you've got around the ward at the moment. It's something have reported to the council and haven't really had much luck in getting it sorted, so I thought I'd make this quick little video and then hopefully by doing this video, posting it up online, giving you a little tour around some of the sites, hopefully add a bit of pressure onto the council to take a bit of action. So here we are at the moment, we're around the back of Beckham Place in my ward. First off, you can see it's a kind of like road. We've got some back alleys here, kind of little gullies behind it. First off, you can see that we've got a broken door that's been left abandoned here around the back of the street. That's been there for at least a couple of months now really. Reported it to the council, still no action being taken there. Secondly, you see here in the corner we've got a load of dump stuff. It looks like some of the stuff has been burnt actually if you look at it, so this is a potential fire hazard here at the back of someone's house where they have to live. All this stuff has just been kind of dumped, left in the street. And there's some more stuff if you go up here, if we have a look really. So it's a bit shaky, the cam, I can't obviously, I'm kind of trying to hold it, film and walk along at the same time, give you some idea. We've got obviously just like loads of litter, like kids stuff dumped in the street. Some more a bit further down. I'm going to pause it and then I'm going to actually no, let's keep going, let's just do it all in one shot. You can have a little bit walk along. So why is it bad around here? Well, a few areas, a few reasons really. We've just got a high turnover of people in this area. You've got some landlords who tend to just buy houses cheap at auction. They lit it out, they don't care too much about what happens in their house, what happens to people going on there. You've got a lot of migrant communities around here. A lot of people don't speak English, they don't really understand what they're meant to do with litter. I don't really know how you can access different council services. So you see here we've got a dumped shopping trolley, just like a load of muck there dumped on the floor. So I'm going to pause it now and we'll carry on the video on the other bit, but just really just to talk a little bit more why we think we have some of these problems in this area. Well, as I said, you know, it's a high migrant community, a lot of people with different languages, and they don't know how to put your rubbish out, what day to put it on. And I was chatting to some council officers about this and they said, well, we haven't got the resources to translate it into all the different languages that we need. And this is one of the reasons why people get upset about migration in this country. It's because there's not the resources to help people who've moved here adapt and to understand what it is they need to do to fit in. So they don't know what you do if you've got rubbish. They don't know how you get the council to pick it up. Sometimes they can't afford it as well, because the council here charges I think £25 to have a bulky waste collection. If you're living on benefits, if you haven't got much money, £25 is a lot to get it cleared up. So what you have instead, you have instances like this, people just dump it in the street. In the end, eventually, it costs the council money anyway, because someone has to come along and clear it up. So why is the council charging people so much money to get stuff collected here? I'm going to stop the video now. We're doing a quick little edit, and I'm going to show you a few other sites in the area, see some of the other problems we've got. So here we are again. We're on Byron Street. It's another terrace street in Halifax. Similar kind of problems here. We've got furniture dumped out on the street, as you can see. This is like fairly typical if you were to walk down the street. Kind of any day you'd see dumped fridges, dumped sofas, just left out on the street. People just dump their stuff here and it doesn't get picked up, the council doesn't pick it up, and a lot of people, as I say, you know, they can't afford that £25 charge to get things picked up, so instead it just gets dumped out there on the street. I'm going to walk down the road a little bit and show you another site which is really bad around here. Because there's these kind of bin stores on these streets and they're just left, they just get turned into tips. I've reported this so many times to Calderdale Council as a councillor and just nothing happens, and there's a load of people who are just sick of this living here. Look, this is really bad, right? So what we've got here is back of a street, normal terrace street. You've got this kind of bin store. It's meant to keep like your weedy bins here, but it's just literally turned into a tip. I'll show you in here, and you know, all kinds of like vermin and stuff breeding in this area. You've got dead sofas, you've got stuff piled high. I'll show you a bit more around the corner here. Through this bin gate. It's just a tip, and it's just been left to develop this by the council. It's just not tackling this issue whatsoever, and it's really annoys me. You know, this is why people elsewhere, some people who've lived on these streets, and these really nice streets, and people who used to look after them, and they're getting fed up with this. And the council isn't tackling the issue. They're not helping people who move into the area to integrate. They're not doing anything to educate people, and they're not doing anything to enforce people, to enforce the instances where it gets dumped whatsoever. And this leads to more community tensions in these areas because people get fed up. They blame all this rubbish and stuff on the migrant communities, and you know, I don't think migration is to blame here. I think the people who are to blame are the council, you know, the council officers, the Labour administration in charge of Calderdale Council. They're the ones to blame because they're the ones who aren't taking action to clean these streets up. You know, they're not educating people as to when you put your rubbish out. They're not doing the work to translate that information into different languages, and they're not doing anything to actually prosecute the people who do leave stuff here. Why? You could put a camera up here, you could prosecute the people, you could do stuff to educate people who live in the area. You could actually do something to change this behaviour, and they're not at the moment. That's a real issue. Also, you know, Calderdale Council, like many councils here in the north of England, has had to face huge government cuts. The government should be putting some money into helping areas like this with high migration cope with some of the issues and the problems that arise out of it. Because if you don't put money to tackle that, then you're going to get increasing community tensions. People are going to turn to the racist views of political parties like UKIP, who blame people with different cultures, and you know, you're just going to people becoming anti-immigration, and it does a lot of good for the country. It does a lot of good for Calderdale. Immigration does. It helps our economy here locally. It adds to community diversity, makes it more of an interesting place to live. But it also comes with some problems, and we need to do something to tackle those problems, to tackle the rubbish, to tackle the litter in places like that. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully what I've done is try to draw some attention to some of the problems that we're facing in this area in Halifax, and if some action comes out of it, then that would be a good thing. Thanks for watching.